Hello everyone, welcome back to Placement Buddies. Let me welcome you all to a special episode where we will be hosting none other than Ankusha Patil. Hello Ankusha, welcome to Placement Buddies.
Hi, Saleh. I'm so glad that you invited me, and I'm really, really excited to interact.
Ankusha, it's our pleasure to have you in Placement Buddies. So before we start, please give us a little introduction about yourself.
Correct. So, hello everyone. My name is Ankusha Patil, as mentioned by Saleh, and I am right now pursuing my MBA from IIM Rohtak. And before doing my MBA, I was a radio jockey, and I've also done radio jockeying at BSSS Rhythm, the online international radio station, and I've hosted a lot of shows. I have approximately 100 plus certificates and 50 plus trophies. So I've been someone who is a child who is too much interested into co-curriculars. And yeah, I'm also a YouTuber who owns a YouTube channel of 14K subscribers.
Okay, so needless to say, guys, Ankusha is a motivation for YouTubers like us. And Ankusha, also needless to say, your voice is just amazing to hear.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Ankusha, let us start about the CAT preparation days. So, when have you decided that you are going to pursue an MBA, and what were your initial thoughts about it?
Correct. So as I mentioned that I was doing radio jockeying at BSSS Rhythm, the online international state radio station. So I was in the third year, wherein I saw a lot of my batchmates were preparing for CAT, or started enrolling themselves into a CAT coaching institute. And
Okay.
there were also a few of my close friends who were sincerely preparing for CAT and really wanted to get into IIMs.
Hmm.
So I got some inspirations from them, and I am one of those who was doing their graduation at the time of COVID.
Yeah.
So at that point in time, I had a lot of time. So what to do at that time? So that is when I decided, let's invest this time and prepare for CAT.
Yeah.
So then I started preparing for CAT, and I decided, "Ki chalo, let's do something." And I was pretty much okay with studies. I've been like that. So matlab ki, theek hai. Earlier, though, my plan was to be a journalist or to be a radio jockey or to be a freelance host as a career. But
Hmm.
then, since COVID came into story, that's when I particularly decided to let's just study, because I saw these careers do not have a stability, and that
Correct.
was actually the turning point wherein I decided to let's just drop that idea and study a little bit and get into a good college.
Correct. So, when have you started preparing for CAT, and what were your preparation resources at that time?
Correct. So I started preparing sincerely, I'd say, in the month of January or February. Okay. And the sources were like, as I told, that few of my friends were there, right, who were sincerely preparing for CAT. So they were the one who actually helped me a lot through my preparation. So there were a lot of questions that they used to give me for a for a particular topic. So I used to do the handouts and everything. So that's it. I mean, you can say it's a combination of self prep and some guidance that you get from the people around.
Obviously, and when you have a good network around you, it always help you grow better.
Correct, correct.
Right. So, after the CAT results were declared, you were shortlisted for IIMs. How did you prepare yourself for the interview?
All right. So, Saleh, I would say that I have been very, very lucky for preparing myself for interview, because I was a radio jockey. I was very much comfortable in giving interviews and all of that. So I was never scared. The first thing was confidence, which a student needs to build. So I was very good with that.
Correct.
Second thing, technically, when it comes to when it comes to the interview preparation of CAT, it's more about the current affairs. It's
Right.
it's more about how well you are aware about yourself, your CV. So these three things are the most important things. So you get enough time. You get at least 1.5 months or 2 months to prepare for your interview. Once the result is out, once
Right.
the result is out, you get an idea. That, you'll get calls from at least these colleges. So
Mhm.
जब results were out, so I was expecting calls. So usi time se I started preparing, and the main source was YouTube itself. I did a lot of my current affairs ka preparation through YouTube, and even on Google there were some PDFs की जहाँ पे last 6 month का current affair दिया हुआ है.
हाँ.
So I studied from them. So there's no particular source or coaching that I did for my interview preparation, but it just that I used to spend time reading current affairs and talking about my CV. So I also sat for the final placements of my graduation.
Mhm.
So at that point in time, I prepared for my CV only, no. So I was
Mhm.
very well prepared with my CV already. So that's how it went. And the third thing was academics. So what I did was I was not good with all the subjects that were there in my graduation of my third year. So I just picked a few subjects that I liked or were very easy,
Mhm.
and I thoroughly went through it. So that's it.
Right. And what was that particular habit which you have developed during your CAT preparation days and which you could actually execute in your MBA?
I mean, I just used to spend a lot of time studying only. I mean, yeah. But one thing I was a little bit, I should say, organized because the moment I used to wake up, right, I used to plan my entire day. कि
Right.
चलो मुझे इतने घंटे ये पढ़ना है, फिर इतने घंटे ये पढ़ना है, ये पढ़ना है. And I also used to vlog at that point in time. Although I never uploaded those days, but I used to vlog कि आज मुझे ये करना है. So वो journey वहां से start हुई. And अभी now that I am in MBA, I still have a planner. Now I have a planner. That days I don't used to have a planner. I used to
Yeah.
write in a simple copy. Now I have a planner where I plan every day that these are the tasks that I have to achieve. And I now have a YouTube vlog channel. तो मतलब बस scale बड़ा हो गया है.
Okay, Ankusha. So once your interview was done, you got admission into IIM Rohtak. How was life at IIM Rohtak different from staying at home, or like how was
Oh
it
my God.
initially?
Very good question. Very good question. It was completely different. Although my MBA started online, but still it was completely different. I remember the first week, my entire WhatsApp was bombarded with a lot of WhatsApp messages, with a lots of groups of different assignments of different subjects.
Okay.
And it was completely different. I mean, the first week was the most hectic week of my entire MBA journey. But that was just to give us an idea of how MBA is going to be. So after that, the real MBA started. Then what happened was that a lot of committees started doing their interviews. So in committee selection started up. So even that part was very hectic, wherein I used to continues to delve between my academics and then all the extra co-curriculars that I want to participate in. So it was very tough and it was very different from the daily life that I was living. It was a lot about presentation suddenly and yeah, and interaction
And
with a lot of
that
people.
too after a gap, like right after your graduation, you were not into MBA. You had a preparation full 1 year,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Suddenly online mode में था, ऊपर से इतना सब कुछ एक साथ. Understood.
Correct. Yes.
Right. So, in the first year of your MBA, what all did happen to you? You were also the placement coordinator that year. So, can you just elaborate a little about that?
यस बिल्कुल तो पहले की जो इट इज सेम फॉर एवरी एमबीए स्टूडेंट और आईएम स्टूडेंट आई मस्ट से पहले के 3 महीने या आपका फर्स्ट टर्म जो होता है इट इज द मोस्ट टफेस्ट पार्ट टू सर्वाइव सो आई गॉट इनटू द कमिटी बाय द नेम प्लेसमेंट कमिटी एंड आई बिकेम द प्लेसमेंट कोऑर्डिनेटर जिसके लिए भी देयर आर 10 to 11 rounds
Yeah.
to get selected so that is the most coveted committee I must say in every MBA college so I was the place comer I got into it was not easy a lot of times उस 3 महीने में स्टार्टिंग के 3 महीने में I wanted to quit and I guess every place comer wanted to quit at that point in time
Yeah.
but then you just have to keep hustling because the point was कि हमारी classes start होती थी 8:45 पे we used to get done by our classes by I should say 1:10 p.m. ठीक है उसके बाद हमारा हम लोग lunch I used to have my lunch और the co-place comers used to have their lunch और 2 बजे हमारा पीसी का टाइम स्टार्ट हो जाता था 2 बजे से 6 बजे तक हमें पीसी का काम करना है
Okay.
पीसी का काम बोला मतलब कॉलिंग एचआर मेलिंग एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट जो भी पूरा हमारा प्रोसेस होता है वो सब आपको करना है 6 बज जाते थे यू आर कंप्लीटली ड्रेन्ड आप ऑलरेडी ऑलमोस्ट 12 घंटे स्क्रीन के सामने बैठे ही हुए हो काम कर रहे हो आप पूरे फोकस में ठीक है फिर जैसे ही 1 आध घंटा होता था 7:30 बजे हमारे टेस्ट चालू होते थे जो 1.5 घंटे के होते थे तो जो क्लासेस आपने अटेंड की है उन सभी सब्जेक्ट के हमारे ऑनलाइन टेस्ट होते थे
Okay. Daily basis पे?
यस डेली एवरी डे का स्केड्यूल है ये फिर जैसे ही 1.5 घंटे का ब्रेक मिला आप थोड़ा सोते हो थोड़ा बहुत स्नैक्स करते हो उसमें 1.5 घंटा ऐसे निकल जाता मतलब समझ नहीं आता था फिर उसके बाद 9 बज जाता था वो टेस्ट देते देते फिर उसके बाद नेक्स्ट डे के जो केस स्टडीज है वो करो केस स्टडीज नहीं तो डिसीजन शीट है वो करो वो नहीं तो कुछ केस ही पढ़ लो
Okay.
असाइनमेंट कर लो सो देयर वर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स टू डू तो ऐसे करते करते फिर 1-2 बज जाता था
मतलब फ्री बैठने का कोई स्कोप ही नहीं है मतलब.
नॉट एट ऑल से नॉट एट
Okay.
ऑल मतलब पहले 3 महीने वर द मोस्ट टफेस्ट एंड अगर आप प्लेस कॉमर हो तो फिर तो बहुत ज्यादा टफेस्ट इफ यू नॉट अ प्लेस कॉमर स्टिल ऐसा होता है कि आपका दिन क्लासेस का खत्म हो गया है कितने बजे 1:10 पे उसके बाद यू आर फ्री फिर आपके टेस्ट है असाइनमेंट है वो रात में आप करो फिर आराम से बैठ के बट कुछ टाइम तो मिलता है यू कैन स्लीप उस नमाज so that was not the case so it was very difficult but then फिर वही है कि आपकी बॉडी को फिर हैबिट पड़ जाती है तो फिर धीरे धीरे हैबिट हो गई एंड देन हमारा जब ऑफलाइन हो गया थिंग्स वर वेरी इजी देन यहाँ पे मॉडरेट करना काफी थोड़ा इजी पड़ गया हमें although my classes उस टाइम पे भी in the first year I never attended offline class the classes were online only but still it was easy to communicate with people to interact with people PC का भी काम करना था there was an office है ना? तो you'll have your
Yeah.
lunch in mess और फिर mess से you'll go to your office and you'll work for some time. और वहाँ पे थोड़ा सा fluctuations भी है कि 6 बजे तक काम करने की जरूरत नहीं है, 5 साढ़े 5 तक भी करो तो कोई बात नहीं, you would come back. तो चीजें got
हाँ.
more easier. So that's how my first year was.
Okay. Okay, Ankusha. So, how was your summer internship experience in first year?
So yeah, it was very good. In fact, I must say the first interview that I gave was pretty good, and I did not get selected in the first interview that I gave only because I told the HR itself that I'm not interested in the domain that the company has come, and
Okay.
it was the first company that it came to my college. And उसके बाद I realized कि the job role is also something that is very important that you should be interested in, because otherwise the company would not get any value from you
Correct.
and even you would not enjoy the work. And
Correct.
that is when the next company came and I applied in that. The stipend was pretty exciting
Hmm.
and the role was also very nice. And that is why I applied for the company and I cracked the interview. And the entire internship period was of 2 months,
Okay.
wherein I was in Mumbai for those 2 months. It was work from office itself. And I worked in the head office itself. We had a proper mentors and guides who used to guide through the entire project. I did a lot of research work. I went to a lot of the branches and all of it. So I mean the entire project, I must say, was more based on the research work
Okay.
and then the analysis part, and then giving the recommendation on the basis of the research that you have done. So
Okay.
in those 2 months, that is what I did, and towards the end, we had to present a PPT, and that's how we were evaluated on the basis of our performance. And I must say, these 2 months are actually very, very, very fun for all the MBA graduates, because you get the real time experience,
Huh.
but at the same point, you're the summer intern. You're not liable to the entire company, as in, right? So they would not fire you. So that
Right.
there's no
Yeah.
gun on your head. So you enjoy the time as well.
Correct.
So yeah, it was a
So,
nice experience.
did you convert it into PPO?
Yes, I did. I did.
Nice. Okay. So, Ankusha, about your YouTube career, when have you thought ki, okay, let's try this YouTube channel also? When have you thought of it?
Oh my God, good question again. So Saleh, as I told that I was a radio jockey, and while I was preparing for CAT also, I used to make my own videos which I never posted. तो हमेशा से दिमाग में तो था कि यार जब IIM जाएंगे ना, IIM जाने के बाद I'll have my own vlogging channel wherein I show how life is inside IIM. Because तब तक कोई भी ऐसा क्रिएटर नहीं था जो IIM की इनसाइड स्टोरी बता रहा है.
हाँ.
When I was preparing for CAT, when I used to search life at IIM, I never used to get even a single video on it.
हाँ.
So I was like, ये चीज मैं करूंगी जाके. But क्या हुआ? पहले तो ऑनलाइन था. On 15th of November 2021, we came to our college. मतलब I came to my college. फिर उसके बाद I took some time to settle down. पर फिर भी my friends were the ones who really motivated me. कि यार you're really good with speaking and you should do it. You should go ahead and make your YouTube channel. But then फिर घर वालों का भी रहता है कि how would dad react?
हाँ.
So that was also one of the thing. And you're very shy also, because initially you don't know how people will pursue you. And when it comes to vlogging, it's like even if 10 people are standing in front of you, or a group is standing in front of you, you have to hold that camera like that, and then you
Correct.
have to shoot yourself.
Correct.
Right? So you need that confidence itself. No
Correct.
matter how good you speak, it does not matter. But वो चीज भी थोड़ी सी थी. So I shot my first vlog. मैंने फिर भी बहुत मतलब सोचा कि no, let's just keep everything aside and let's make a vlog. So I started making a vlog. उस vlog में सिर्फ मेरे पहले vlog में सिर्फ मैं दिख रही हूँ. उसके अलावा मैंने किसी एक इंसान को भी नहीं लिया है because I'm scared to shoot in front of someone else. So everywhere I went, I was like, मैं कोई नहीं है तो मैं shoot करती हूँ. That is how I shot my first YouTube video. And उसके बाद upload करने से पहले I had a talk with my dad कि मैंने ऐसा कुछ video बनाया है. और he didn't know anything about blogging at that point in time. अब तो he knows more than me. Now he's too much into my channel and yeah.
Okay.
तो तब तो he didn't know कि blogging क्या होता है, क्या करने वाले हो. तो मैंने बोला कि ऐसा कुछ वीडियो है. बाकी मैंने Zoom मीट पे I showed my first video to my brother. उसने बोला चल ठीक है, बढ़िया वीडियो है. मैंने बोला पापा आप देख लो पहले YouTube पे, ऐसी वीडियोस डालूंगी. फिर my dad was like ठीक है ये वीडियो तो बढ़िया लग रही है, डाल लो तुम. फिर जैसे ही the first video got viral, it got, I mean, you would not believe, in just a week I had 50K views or so, and within a month 100K हो गए थे उसको, मतलब ऐसे बहुत जल्दी वायरल हो गया वो.
हाँ.
तो तब मेरे को डैड को एकदम से अट्रैक्शन आई कि ओ माय गॉड, there's something like this, इतने सारे लोग कमेंट कर रहे हैं, ये सब कुछ कर रहे हैं,
Yeah.
कमेंट्स में बहुत सारा अप्रिसिएशन आ रहा है, एंड यू नो आवर पेरेंट्स, दे आर ऑलवेज हैप्पी व्हेन वी डू समथिंग गुड.
Correct.
तो फिर वहां पे फिर पापा स्टार्टेड टेकिंग इंटरेस्ट एंड ही वाज लाइक कि नेक्स्ट ब्लॉग कब आ रहा है. मैंने ओह
ओके, पेरेंटल प्रेशर आने वाला है अब. हाँ.
बहुत ज्यादा पेरेंटल प्रेशर, माय गॉड. फिर आई शॉट द सेकंड वीडियो. देन हर हफ्ते माय डैड वाज यूज्ड टू बी लाइक कि हर हफ्ते कम से कम एक ब्लॉग तो अंकुशा बनता ही है करके. फिर आई स्टार्टेड माय यूट्यूब जर्नी, एंड नाउ तो आई एम कमर्शियली लुकिंग इनटू माय यूट्यूब करियर कि नाउ आई हैव टू, यू नो, I have to get into this, and I wish to be a full-time YouTube content creator. So yeah, I just randomly started up, but that's how it's going on right now.
Okay. So, Ankusha as a YouTuber is like someone who after IIM Ankusha का क्या रहेगा YouTube में? Like,
Correct.
is everyone
ये
curious?
question exactly, everyone is very much curious to know about this. तो देखिए जी, अभी प्लान ये है कि मेरा चैनल was never about CAT preparation and all of that.
हाँ.
Although being a CAT, being an IIM student, everyone sees me like, you know, I should be guiding people कि CAT के बारे में बताओ. But what I feel is कि मार्केट में ऑलरेडी इसके बारे में बहुत कंटेंट है. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूट जो कैट के बारे में ऑलरेडी आपको प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं. सो व्हाई डू यू वांट मी आल्सो टू डू समथिंग लाइक दैट? सो आई वांट टू केटर टू सम अदर काइंड ऑफ ऑडियंस, जहां पे मेरा स्टार्टिंग में इंटेंशन ही ये था कि स्टूडेंट्स who want to get motivated for their preparation, for them I wanted to make the vlogs. बट क्योंकि कमेंट्स में बहुत आते थे कि प्रेपरेशन वीडियो बनाओ, तो आई मेड फ्यू प्रेपरेशन वीडियोस एज वेल. तो फर्स्ट चीज, अंकुशा, क्योंकि अब IIM जर्नी इज कमिंग टू एन एंड, अंकुशा will keep posting vlogs of her journey ahead, because there are a lot of plans that I have in my mind, and I would not just be continuing with my corporate job.
Yeah.
So there will be a lot of other things going on in my life. So I want that this complete journey or this complete transformation should be recorded, and I would keep shooting vlogs on the same thing, wherein my intention is to motivate people for self growth, and how you can actually grow from small things, because I have grown from those very, very small videos, and now I have a YouTube channel. So it's just more about the motivation and the good vibes and self growth. And other than this channel, I am definitely planning to have a particular channel, a different channel, wherein I'll have long form videos on case studies or something like that. So I'm just figuring out on that. Like, if you must have seen channels like Dhruv Rathi or like Kids School. So I'm planning to do something like that, because there's no girl in that domain. There are only two boys.
Right.
So
Mohak Mangal, Dhruv Rathi, and then Ganesh from
Ganesh. Yeah. So I'm thinking to get into that market. And because I really want to get into this content creation, because I really enjoy doing it.
That will really be a good thing, Ankusha. I'm quite looking forward to it. And you might not know, but you actually have inspired a lot of people for CAT preparation also. So Ankusha overall is an all-rounder who has actually motivated people for getting into IIM, and who has actually shown people how life at IIM works, and what after IIM will be.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So one more thing, Ankusha, I would like to ask about your career as your hobby rather, as a freelance host. What about that?
So particularly when we talk about freelance host, it's just like, you know, I aspire to be, because I'm very much comfortable with the mic and the stage, because I was a radio jockey and I've done a lot of hosting in my previous life. I aspire to be a host in corporate events, that because since I am entering the corporate world, so I know, you know, there are forms, there's a long procedure wherein you need to fill that you're interested in corporate anchoring, and so I want to enter that domain as well, wherein I have good connections or network, that whenever there's a corporate event in Mumbai, it should be Ankusha whom people should call up.
Wow.
She should be the host of our corporate event. So that's one of the things that I really want to explore. Otherwise, so I've done a lot of hosting for the events that were there in Bhopal while I was in Bhopal. So that I've done. But I really want to enter the corporate one, because there's a lot of exposure and there's a lot of market there. So yeah.
Right. And you know, like a host like you who can make the stage lively is always welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, Ankusha, so once you were done with your first year, then how the second year of your MBA was different from first year?
करेक्ट तो बेसिक डिफरेंस ये होता है सर कि फर्स्ट ईयर में सब लोग सेम लेवल पे होते हैं
Hmm.
सेम सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ रहे होते हैं बट सेकेंड ईयर में यू गेट दिस लिबर्टी ऑफ चूजिंग योर ओन फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट्स और यू कैन चूज योर सब्जेक्ट बेसिकली एंड दैट ऑल्सो हैपन्स थ्रू अ प्रोसेस बाय द नेम बिडिंग
Okay.
जहाँ पे यू बिड फॉर योर सब्जेक्ट्स सारे स्टूडेंट्स को इक्वल नंबर ऑफ बिड पॉइंट्स मिलते हैं
Mm-hmm.
बिडिंग राउंड वन राउंड टू राउंड थ्री होता है फिर फाइनल राउंड होता है उसके बेसिस पे आपको आपके सब्जेक्ट्स मिलते हैं और
Mm-hmm.
जब बात आती है मेजर्स की तो आई डन माय मेजर्स इन मार्केटिंग एंड ऑपरेशंस मेजर्स तब गिना जाता है जब आपके आप सब फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा मार्केटिंग में मेजर्स है तो मेरे 4 सब्जेक्ट मैंने मिनिमम पढ़े हुए होने चाहिए मार्केटिंग के दैट इज व्हेन इट इज काउंटेड अंडर माय मेजर्स सो देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी दैट देयर आर पीपल हु डू देयर मेजर्स इवन इन 3 सब्जेक्ट्स एज वेल क्योंकि उन्होंने 4 सब्जेक्ट मार्केटिंग के भी किए 4 HR के भी कर लिए 4 फाइनेंस के भी कर लिए सो यू हैव दैट लिबर्टी इफ यू एंजॉय डूइंग इट इफ यू एंजॉय दोस सब्जेक्ट्स और यू लाइक द फैकल्टी एंड सब्जेक्ट्स together you can definitely go ahead and do that so you have that choice as well
Okay.
but
So,
the degree that you get no at the point of convocation that is a general degree that you get but uske baad you get a separate letterhead jahan pe it is mentioned that you have done majors in XYZ.
okay, okay. So there is no other eligibility criteria kind of thing except the bidding point, na? Which is
Yeah, yeah,
going to
yeah, yeah,
award
yeah.
you the major.
Correct, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Ankusha, before wrapping it up, any particular tips which you want to give it to your juniors who will be joining IIM Rohtak or any other IIM in the future?
All right, so it's a very generic tip for all the aspirants who want to get into any IIM. I'm sure आप लोग को लग रहा होगा भी बहुत excited होंगे कि you're getting into an IIM. It's full of opportunities. That is absolutely true. बट क्या होता है कि इन सब अपॉर्चुनिटीज के बीच में ना वी गेट स्टक और उसके बहुत सारे रीजन हो जाते हैं तो द ओनली टिप दैट आई वुड गिव इज अगर मैक्सिमम ऑफ द बैच इज स्टक in that list of opportunities please be someone who is not stuck and is able to see beyond IIM or beyond your own college because there's a huge world outside that campus of 300 acres or 250 acres and because now that you are an IIM student everybody will be interested to talk to you everybody will be interested to connect with you and you will have that credibility to influence people so leverage that and yeah use it and make the most of the time that you get and the time that you will spend in any IIM.
Right, all right, Ankusha. Thank you so much for joining Placement Buddies and sharing your interview experience with us. It was a pleasure hosting you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.